posture. Now, let's look at the engagement again in a very common standing posture. And I'm also going to use this to actually prepare for the single leg balance posture. So we're looking at triangle pose first, and then later on, we're going to move into the half moon pose. Please set up using a block or 2 blocks if you need to for triangle pose. And I'm going to just take my legs apart, and I'm going to turn my right foot facing the camera right here. So in the triangle pose, I will first bend my knees a little bit. And if you do have a slight weakness in the glutes, what happens is when you straighten out the legs, right, sometimes the knees will actually turn in. We're like actually spinning the knees in a little bit. Or another common thing for some of us is we try to turn the foot in a little bit just to compensate for certain things, or turn the foot out just to compensate for certain things. So just keep this in a straight line, right? I'm going to bend my knees and think about again the 4 corners of the foot. Big toe mount, inner heel, baby toe, outer heel. I'll lift my toes up just to be a little bit more precise in my brain that I'm pressing down evenly. As I slowly draw the legs straight, middle knee is stacking over the second, third toe, rather than I just bend the knee, not thinking of anything, I jam in, my knees are twisted inwards a little bit, and the weight is heavy on big toe side. So knees bend, toes up. Middle knee over second, third toe. It's not so obvious here, but if this is happening to you, you got to do the same thing as the chair pose just now. Gonna move this inner knee over the second, third toe and have a slight engagement here. It's not a lot, just a bit, as you straighten out the legs slowly. All right, and then we use the yoga block. We come into extended triangle pose here. Okay, so this is an engagement of the front leg, and we're pretty much focused right here. Okay, and this is actually the pose. So sometimes in class, when we are not very conscious, some of us will just bring the hands down and step back this way. And that can be an issue because you feel a very, very deep stretch here, but there's no engagement on this opposite side. So we bring the practice up back a little bit using the prop to make sure that you slowly engage the correct muscles, stacking the knees and coming into your triangle pose right here, rotating the ribs up. Right, focus on the engagement in this leg. Now the weight is heavy on both my inside and outside edge of my right foot. Okay, now coming into Ardha Chandrasana, which is half moon. As you bend this knee, notice if it caves in, so really consciously stack, take your time. I'm going to move the block forwards and bring my back toes in slightly. And I'm going to move my block forwards, bring my back toes in slightly. We're going to do it slowly one more time. So the block is approximately about a torso distance away from my baby toe. And here, right, I'm starting to shift weight into my right foot. Now if this happens, the hips draws back. Try to think about my knees are kind of stacked, but my bum is not engaged. So push this knee out slightly and really squeeze the right glutes, the right butt in, as I slowly transfer weight. Don't be in a hurry to straighten out the legs. Stack this, engage the quads, and squeeze the glutes in before you bring the top leg up. Right, that's how the half moon looks like. Gonna spiral the torso up if you're steady, and feel like there's an interplay of muscles here. Big toe, baby toe side, nice and grounded. And slowly release and come back up. Okay, so the common thing that I see in class, right? Because we all want to do the pose and want to do it beautifully, and we're all focusing on the top leg and the top hand turning. This one is not stable. So what happens is a lot of students, when they step in, right, this hand goes out, and there's a big compensation going on because they are not using the glutes, they just want to straighten up this leg. They turn the foot in and they're able to stand, okay? And this leg lifts up and is kind of like beautiful, but there's not enough engagement in this glute, okay? So please do not turn your foot in that much. If you're turning, like, keep it stacked, keep it here, and really turn on the power of the butt. So the butt actually like drags in a little bit. There's a slight firmness there for Ardha Chandrasana. Okay, I hope you find this useful.